Hello YouTube, this is Team Forbidden's the Bird Keeper coming at you with a updated Melffy deck profile. They just got received new support in the new set Chaos Origins, so I've been undecided which version of the deck. So for today's deck, it's going to be the pure version. If you want a more competitive version, like with the sprites or like with whatever, like whatever the competitive version is right now, I haven't seen the competitive version. So well, anyway, let's get on to the profile, shall we? Starting out with the new um, Melffy Rabbies. Rabbies is basically the upgraded version of the original vanilla. It seems the same unique effect as the other Melffies, which this one on it's the fusion enabler. So basically, if your opponent does like all the Melffies do, so you basically summon this fusion, summon the fusion, and then it's an interruption. Next, two of the vanilla Rabby, because it's pretty good. Works very well with one of the spell cards that we're gonna get to later on in the profile. So just two of the original Rabby. Next, we got three Caddy. Caddy basically is the one that basically bounce back, search, and all that kind of stuff. Three Puppy. Same thing, special summon, and that's extender. Two Wally. Basically, it's basically the tour guide of the deck. Basically, you summon two, or no, it's the rescue rabbit of the deck. Yeah. It's the inner type rescue rabbit. You summon two of the thing. Two Peony. It's your synchro enabler. So, and then one of Boney, which he's decent, but he's just a one of for the moment. That's it for the Melffy portion. Then onto the hand traps. Starting off with the infamous Ash Blossom. It's Ash Blossom. It's a staple in every deck. So next, three Veiler, because it's pretty good. Two Jordan Lockbird, because this deck searches a lot, so this is like our cross-out target. Same thing with Ash and Veiler and the other hand traps I'm going to get to in a moment. So basically, Droll, if you've been in the community so long, if you search, you basically can't search. Two Bell for graveyard version. We do have special summoning from the graveyard, so we need something to stop it. And then for extra interruption, we have two Ghost Mortar. That's it for the monster lineup. On to the spells. Three unexpected die for the Rabby. Just in case, it's a brick if you draw the Rabby in this, it's kind of a brick, so take it as you wish. You could run other cards instead of this, but for the bill I'm running this. Three Hide and Seek. This is our destruction protection, and it's our type pot of avarice basically. And then the newly busted Melffy card, Melffy Footsteps. If you haven't read what this card does, it's crazy. You search up to 4 Melffys with different names, and then it comes the end phase. So basically, what you do, this is like a first turn play. So basically, search 4, and then you summon the Melffys out during the end phase. The ones that can be special summoned during the end phase. So basically, your opponent has to stop this as soon as possible. If they don't, then it's a pretty good card. So you might see some unique play in the future. Do staring contest. Staring contest basically reveal Melffy, put it in the deck, grab another one basically, and then it's battle phase effect. Basically, if your opponent attempts to attack your Melffys, they lose attack in defense equal to the number of Melffys you reveal. So basically, if you have the Rabby, they lose 2100. So if they have a big beefy monster, then they'll just get punched. by a rabbit that punches. And then for the one will be in school because it's a beast deck, so you know we must learn that. The thrust talents package, we have interruption for hand traps. Speaking of hand trap hate, one call by and one cross out because hand traps are are things, so you don't need to interrupt them. For the one wants to be born because we got nice things, and then two of the new trap card playtime, which is pretty good. Basically, it works with the fusion. So this is like your inner type polymerization. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. Two Merry Melffys. Merry Melffys is your synchro, the one you summon with Peony the most. So unfortunately, not running the competitive build, which runs Nat Beast and Barkion. So if you want me to build that version, you can run Nat Beast, Barkion, and some other synchros that are Earth based. Because I think most of the Melffys are Earth. So yeah. Except Peony, I think he's a water. I think he's a water. Yeah. So use your interruption when you summon, and then when your opponent activates him, you bounce and you summon one of the Xyz. Two of the fusion Melffy Surprise. This Melffy's brand new, so at first I thought it was mostly an Xyz based archetype, but then when it got the newer support, it was pretty good. Basically, what it does, it's pretty good. It's a good inclusion that the deck needed. Then for the Xyz, one Mommy and Gone Mommy. Mommy was hardly played in like the competitive builds, but this is the more casual build. So one of each. Basically, it's like a rank up tool. One Joyous, one Melffy of the Forest. Basically, Joyous makes you give attack directly. That makes you go to your Zeus play. Forest is basically your interruption, so like your little negate. And then for extra deck, remaining extra deck, two Gigantic Sprite. Just in case we want to lock our opponent out of Nibiru or something like that, if we have to get to that point. And then basically the rest of the extra deck is just one Downard, and then the Zeus Typhon package. You could run two Zeus if you want to, just in case you get Kashtira and Unicorn or the Rotary or any of the extra deck rep cards. You can run two. You can take out the Typhon and run an extra Zeus if you want to. Don't really want to beach at the moment. Well, thank you guys for enjoying this new, more fun build of Melffys. If you want to see the competitive build, let me know, and I'll see what I can come up with. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good rest of your week or weekend whenever this gets posted, and then enjoy it. Keep on doing it, everybody.